behind every great man is an equally or greater woman who was handpicked by me. We'll get back to that. But anyways, my dad's humor runs deep. He was never afraid to be the butt of the joke or anything, just as long as people were laughing. He started teaching me that at a very young age. At 2.5 years old, he would ask me my name and I would say Marc Anthony Klein. And he would tease me saying it's because I was only as tall as an ant's knee. It hurt me at first, and he explained how it made everyone laugh and how good it is that I could make people laugh. And it became fun after that, so I was proudly Marc Anthony shortly after that, which also later in life helped me deal with being a small guy. Then, I guess about a year later, I was pretty proud that I could speak English a lot better. And so I started saying Marc Anthony. And my dad said that was fitting because now I'm as tall as a roach leg. And that was my nickname for another year. So, yeah, he started in on me very early in life. Anyway, I'm going to skip over some of this stuff, give everyone a chance to talk. I'm going to get to the next part, the part where it said I'd get back to it. My biological parents were having some hard times, and my mom my biological mom moved into a trailer park where Brad lived and his mom. And Brad immediately became my best friend. We have other best friends here, Ron and Troy, that were, trailer park days. We go back a long way. You saw how old them pictures are. And anyway, it was difficult in my life, and I spent a lot of time at Brad's house. I was calling Diane mom, which she is mom now and has been for a long time, before my folks were even divorced. And we were little tiny kids. Maynard had this big old king-size bed, and we would share it and just sleep in his bed and tell dirty nursery rhymes and just be boys. And one night I said, wouldn't it be Oh, I keep forgetting. Brad is Maynard. He's been Maynard to me since, 9th grade. So I meant to say Brad, so everyone knows who I'm talking about. But now that I've explained that, Maynard is Brad, and I'm going to keep saying Maynard. So anyway, he's my best friend. I think I said that. And so anyway, we're laying in bed one night, and I said, wouldn't it be rad if someday my parents got divorced and my dad married your mom? And he said, yeah, that would be rad. And we went back and forth all night long on how awesome it would be if we were brothers and what kind of things we would do and what that meant to us. And I was already calling her mom and loved her like a mom. And my dad was letting us be men all the time. So, and he was funny, and it was great. I mean, he took us to movies like Animal House when we were little kids, which did not score him any points with this woman here. No points at all. We're the reason, because of our big mouths, his Playboy collection got thrown away. And, things like that. But
Guns for a 12-year-old.
Yeah. And so anyway, things happened quickly after that. It's almost like the universe said that would be a good thing. And my biological parents did end up divorcing shortly after that. And so I don't remember if it was me or Brad, but we were definitely together, and we approached Mom and said, Mom, we think you should go on a date with, actually it was definitely him, because I remember now him saying Big Mark. And she said, I would never date a man shorter than me. Words right out of her mouth. We didn't say no more, but we gave each other a look of challenge accepted. So anyways, we, because she worked all the time, and so we fended for ourselves a lot. We cooked, we had a rule. One of us cooked, the other one cleaned, and we took turns. And Maynard decided that he wanted to cook dinner for the folks. This was not a date. It was just a dinner for the folks. So he comes over for dinner, and I told him to bring his guitar. He played guitar. He played harmonica. He could sing I'm sure most of you have heard him sing. He was an amazing musician. And Yeah, he could play harmonica and guitar at the same time. I mean,
Imagine that.
and so anyway, so they came over for dinner, and they started hitting it off. Dad broke out the guitar. Dinner's over by this time. He's drinking probably Greyhounds back then. She's drinking her wine. And they're getting a little tipsy and having just a great time. So we slipped out. Well, they went on a date the next night. The next night. The next night. The next night. And before you know it, we did become brothers. And I'm so lucky. So anyways, one of the things before we became brothers, one of the things that helped my mom fall in love with this guy because of his humor, his spontaneity, and just his, if it's funny, I don't give an F. They were at a wedding, and they were near Simi Valley. She was in a car that didn't have AC or anything. It was a hot night. They were both super hot. They had too much to drink. And they ended up stopping at Frank and Betty's house. My dad had not met them yet. And she's telling them about the house and everything. And they pull up outside, and it's hot. And they're all dressed up because they had been at a wedding. My dad's in a three-piece suit. My mom's in a nice dress. And he says, "Is this the place?" When they pulled up, pointed at the front door, she said, "Yeah." Before she even knew what was going on, he jumps out of the car, straight through their house, doesn't have anybody in the house, straight out into the backyard, up the little steps to their pool, jumps in the pool, suit on and everything.
Oh my gosh.
You know, they're loaded and hot. And, you know, and Frank's like, "Who in the hell is this?" And he's all, "Well, I had my swimming suit on and it was hot." So that's my swimming suit story. Another fun story too, after they had got married and were living together, Maynard decided that he was going to bake the cake for Dad's first birthday as a family. And he was so excited. This cake came out so good. It was so beautiful. And he comes running out from the kitchen area with this cake, and he tripped.
Oh no!
The cake goes flying through the air, lands on the ground, and
You have to see that in the movie.
he's about to cry. And my dad, without skipping a beat, says, "Brad, upside down cake." Like it was a fantastic thing. I mean, it didn't matter the situation. Everything was an opportunity for a joke with my father. And I try to live my life that way, and it's made my life a lot better. And then just something like for the kids here that can remember, I just wanted to remind you guys, he was very nearsighted. And playing catch with this man was hilarious. He couldn't see the ball till it was right here. And his hands would be down at his side, and he'd just and catch it every time. Remember that? That was some pretty funny stuff. And so anyway, all his friends would recognize his humor a lot and stuff. And him and another friend decided that they were going to run a surprise birthday party for one of his other friends. Now, this guy was a big fat guy named Richard Allegra. And so, you know, obviously, boys being boys, a lot of people called him Dick. And so they were having a surprise party for Dick's birthday, and I can tell you what the shape of the cake, I could tell you what the shape of the cake looked like, but I don't think I need to because I told you his name. They did it like a funeral. The whole thing was set up like a funeral, and it was more of a roast. But if you saw the pictures of my dad's in a blue robe, that was from that party because he was the minister or pastor or whatever. He was the one talking. And so they were roasting him all night long in this funeral style. I mean, there was the biggest casket you ever saw in the living room. And I mean, they went all out on this party. And he even made a parody song. And I don't sing like my dad, but I want you guys to kind of hear the first verse of it, and it kind of went like this. Ding dong, the dick is dead. Which old dick? The big old dick. Ding dong, the big old dick is dead. And it just went on like that. So, you know, his friends appreciated his humor too. And it's something a little more serious that a lot of people didn't know that I'm very proud of is my dad actually qualified for the show Jeopardy. They were going to do a military and their family's edition of Jeopardy, and my dad did qualify. He was going to go for a taping. He was going to be on the show, but he got called out for Desert Shield, which was before Desert Storm, and he had to go work on an aircraft carrier while they were doing, you know, making sure that all the fighter jets on that deck could go do their job. And otherwise, he would have been on Jeopardy. So he was a very well-read man. This guy would read 4 books at a time at all times. Usually 2 of them were fun. I mean, he would be reading a book for a little while, and just like he would switch channels on a TV, he would just go ahead and close that one and pick up another one. And he read for knowledge, he read for fun. I mean, that's why he had so many books going. I can remember one time, back when VCRs first came out, these things were like $1,000, right? And his started messing up, so he goes and buys a book and self-taught himself how to repair a VCR. And then pretty soon, I think he even fixed your guys' VCR. He went around, everyone in the trailer park were bringing their VCRs today. So that was kind of cool. And then I'm just going to say this also, my brother had mentioned how our grandpa was the same way, and that is kind of a Klein trait. But my father was really good. All of you would probably agree with me. If you were talking to him, he made you feel like you were the most important person in that room. That was a quality that I really admired the most about him. And I'm going to stop right there and save some room for everybody else. I love you all. Thank you for being here.
Good job.
I love you.